What's up, everybody? The Legend of W is back in Chrono Cross, the Radical Dreamers Edition with PC mods. So in the last video, I faced some tough challenges at Terra Tower, plus some huge story revelations have been made. So if you haven't seen the last video, make sure to go ahead and check it out. Now, I did some research because I was very curious to see whether I was very close to the end of the game or not. I found out that I am indeed very close. And plus, I wanted to make sure how to get the true ending of this game, because I don't really want to just go through the game and get the bad ending, because that would suck. I want to get the true ending of this game. So I found out how to get it, which is kind of interesting, but it sounds a little annoying, to be honest. But we're gonna go through with that, face the final boss, and go through the requirements in order to get the true ending and see what happens. Plus, I found out that there is an exclusive ending, of course, exclusive to the Radical Dreamers edition of Chrono Cross, so we're gonna find that as well, so stay tuned for more. Alright, we are back at Opassa Beach because I remember Kid mentioning going back to the beach because, well, it all started here, right? So let's go ahead and use the Astral Amulet and see what happens. If anything different happens, we will know. So far, it's pretty much the same. But we're supposed to teleport back, and we will find out. Well, we will find something different. Hey, look at that. Okay. Hello, Luca. And Chrono. Oh, talk to me. You're not gonna talk? Oh.
So you finally made it, Surge. When did this story, this sorry tale all begin? Was it 10 years ago when you almost drowned here? Or was it 14 years ago when you were wounded by the panther demon that attacked you? That resulted in you being carried to Chronopolis, where you came into contact with fate and the frozen flame? Or perhaps it was 2,400 years in the future when the time crash hurled Chronopolis back to prehistoric times? Or could it even have been 12,000 BC when an ancient magical kingdom met its end after trying to use Lavos? Each is close to being correct, and yet at the same time, so far from the right answer. The true beginning was during the destruction of the ancient kingdom of Zeal. As the palace collapsed around her, Princess Shala was sucked into a dimensional vortex along with the Lavos Mammon machine. Shala and Lavos became unified into one even more powerful entity that would evolve into the Time Devourer. Filled with the hatred and sadness of Lavos, half of Shala's mind became set on destroying all of existence. Yet at the same time, the other half of her mind desired to save the universe and to be rescued herself. As Shala fell through the time gate in this condition, she heard your crying echoing through time. This is when her story and yours began to intertwine. It is also when the past and the future began to intersect, and when the world became divided into two. Led by the pitiful crying, the young Surge, made as the panther demon's poison, took hold of him. Yes, Surge. The sound of your crying touched the heart of Princess Shala. Before the destructive mind Set could become dominant, she cloned herself and sent her copy into this dimension. Okay. Shala left her baby daughter clone with her ancient magical pendant. This was to safeguard her daughter alone in life and death situations. The pendant would rewind time a little, sending her daughter clone into a safer point in the immediate past. That's right. Kid is Shala's daughter clone. What? Huh? Wait. So, Kid is Shala's daughter clone. Wow. Okay. You're wrong. I'm me. I ain't no Shala's daughter or clone.
Whoa.
Yes, that's right, Kid. If that's how you feel. I think Princess Shala would have wanted it to be that way too.
What?
And now, about Project Kid, the time control project Balthasar planned out. The whole project existed to lead you to this one special point in time. The founding of Chronopolis, the time crash, and the battle between Fate and the Dragon Gods. It was all coordinated so that you would get your hands on the Chrono Cross and come to this place. Interesting. Of course, Kid was not to know anything about this whole plan until later. Further in the future, she is meant to travel back 10 years in time from now to save Surge from drowning. Kid was also meant to call Surge into the other world as he spoke with Lena here on Opassa Beach. You're our last hope, our final chance. Only you, who came into contact with Shala and Kid, Shala's clone, daughter, can do it. In Time's eclipse, Shala has been integrated with the Time Devourer. Please, Surge, release Princess Shala from the binds of that monster and her own hatred. Show us the life forms that exist on this planet, what our new future will be.
Is that it? Okay. Marl, any comments? Or...
A new species is about to be born on this planet. An alien life form even more evolved than the old Lavos. At Time's eclipse, the weakened Shala came under the influence of Lavos, and the two became one entity. It is now up to you, the one whom the frozen flame has chosen as its arbiter. You alone can decide how the new Lavos, which has encaged Shala within it, will evolve from here. Your actions will determine whether in the future all time is devoured by Lavos, sending the world into everlasting death. Balthasar foresaw this was going to happen in his world in the year 2300, and he was determined to prevent it from happening no matter what it took. The Chrono Cross. It alone can combine the sounds of the planet that the 6 types of elements produce. The melody and harmony that brim within all life forms. Use the song of life to heal her enmity and suffering. Okay, I think she's kind of giving us a hint. Okay, do this to get the true ending. We entreat you, Surge. Please save Shala. Okay. And now Chrono, our boy Chrono. What do you got to say, bro? Comments? Where even angels lose their way. 10 years ago, you died at this very spot. There's no mistake. You drowned.
Damn.
The truth is, this world in which you are still alive is the irregularity. This is the false reality. It's sounding... I'm kind of getting a little of Final Fantasy versus 13 vibes here. I mean, what Nomura inspired by this? I don't know. 10 years ago, it was Lynx who tried to kill you at this beach. After Prometheus broke the link between Fate and the Flame, Fate tried to eliminate any obstacle that stood in its way. In the meantime, the 6 dragons had sent Harley forth to try and gain possession of the flame. Harley made contact with Fate's biological incarnation, Lynx, and tricked him into temporarily joining forces. The elimination of the Prometheus circuit's lock on the frozen flame was everyone's top priority. Lynx and Harley abducted Luca, who alone could release the Prometheus lock that guarded the flame. But the whole attempt only ended in failure, so they awaited for you to appear instead. You see, Fate calculated that you would one day cross the dimensions and tried to make contact with the flame. I don't know how to break this to you, but Lynx was actually your father, Wazuki. What in the world? What? What is going? Okay. Drawing closer to the flame caused him to become unstable, and the image of you dying in terror changed him completely. Finally, after having his psyche totally eroded, he lost his soul and was easily integrated by Fate. Oh my god, what in the... Wait, so... Lynx was Surge's dad, and he was integrated by Fate. He lost his mind, integrated to Fate, and so Lynx, in his father's body, or sort of in his father's body, killed his father. It's this is crazy. Fate turned Wazuki into a biological interface, modeling him after your worst fear at the time, a panther. Okay. Although Wazuki managed to escape from Chronopolis with you, he later completely succumbed to Fate. Damn. Humans are such fragile, disjointed, imperfect things. Love and hate. Life and death. Perhaps even Fate itself dreamed of using the flame to someday reincarnate itself into a new species. It is quite sad, really. It's like when you gaze into the flame gazes back into you. Scary. Oh, that's it? Alright. Well, wow. That, like I said, insane stuff. So, do we use the time egg here? Wait, hold on. I'm just... The time egg. No beginning and no end. To Time's Eclipse. To Time's Eclipse we go. The final gate, which leads to Time's Eclipse. Looks like this is finally it. Come on! That's right. It's time to go. No enemy can stand in the way of a true hero. Pierre's back because, well, he was one of the first members I recruited. So, you know, wanted to bring it back to the original guys. Well, my original guys. Come on, Surge. Come on, Surge, mate. You don't want to keep the girl waiting any longer. She's been waiting for you, and only you. And for over 10,000 years, I might add. Damn. If the world's gonna be destroyed, then let it be destroyed. If history is gonna be changed, then let it bloody well be changed. I'll show you what radical dreamers really dream about. Okay, let's go. Whoa. Oh boy. And there is the Time Devourer. Oh, and Shallow, of course. AKA Kid. The original Kid. Oh my god. That's how it starts, huh? With no music, no nothing. Okay, so I'm going to try and do everything right in order to get the true ending. So I'm just supposed to attack as much as I can.
in order to get the true ending. Arrow blaster. Oh boy, here we go. Wow, that kind of hurt. Anyways, let's go. Kid, please don't miss. Don't miss. Now, go to Pierre. Pierre's supposed to attack. There we go. Alright, we're good. Carnivore. Please don't kill. Wow. Alright. Okay, so I have everything set up to make sure that I get this right. So let's go ahead and start with yellow. Turn yellow. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just you have to make sure that you go with the elements in the right order. So yellow. Hold on. We're going to go with red. Now we're going to go with green. Now we're going to go with blue. Then black. Oh, no. No, he's going to kill Kid. Now we have to run away. Ugh. Okay, so I finally managed to get the colors in order without being interrupted. So we're gonna go to elements and we're finally going to use the Chrono Cross. Oh boy, let's see what happens. This is gonna be exciting. Here we go. Oh. You're good? That's right. Hear the music. Yeah. Wakey, wakey. Come on, Kid. Or original Kid. Or Shala, Princess Shala. I have to address it correctly. Here we go. With just one song, you can defeat evil. And you break. Nice. So it's gonna get real dramatic. Yeah. Goodbye, Time Devourer. Are we gonna get into a CG cutscene? Not yet. Open your eyes. Everybody's just frozen with no weapon. What happened here? Alright, she's out of her bubble. There we go. She finally has awakened. She has awakened finally.
I have been waiting an eternity just for this very moment. Meaninglessly hurting one another, the disappearing life forms. Love to hate, hate to love. Why are we born? Why do we die? Evolution? The survival of the fittest? What is there to be achieved from harming one another, killing one another? The eggs that we call planets, and the innumerable spermatozoa, the life forms which gather around them. When one of those countless seeds is joined with a planet, a new universe is born. All this exists for that one moment, all so that the universe can evolve into the next dimension. Does that make us all just pawns? Are each of our short lives nothing but a cheap sacrifice
just so the one chosen life form can be born? No, that is not the case. Each and every one of us has a chance of becoming that one chosen life form. Yes, it could be you. Each of us tries to do our best with the hand we're dealt, be it with our genes or the environment we live in. Each life form, struggling to make the best of the life it's given, forms a link in the golden chain that leads the creation of a new universe. Every single thing in the whole of nature is perhaps just dreaming a dream of life. All of them are also perhaps nothing more than a dream dreamt by a planet before its birth. Oh, but yes, eventually all dreams will return to Zervan, the Sea of Dreams. Zervan.
Surge! Don't go yet, Surge! It's alright. Everything is alright now. Time, which has been divided, will be unified again now. The time for farewells has come. You will lose all memory of this whole adventure and return to your own time. But this time, you will be able to live your own life. You will be able to live your own life. Take care, Monsieur Surge. You know who to call when you are in trouble. We, the true hero.
I'll see you later, buddy. Damn, man.
We alone do not have the power to heal the world's woes or to solve all its mysteries. And yet, even then, it was bloody good knowing you, mate. Thanks for being you, Monsieur Surge. I guess now's the time to say, see you later, mate. But I'll find you. Sometime. Somewhere. I'm bloody sure of it. No matter the time, no matter the world you live in, I'll find you. I'm sure I will find you.
Damn, man, now I'm about to tear up. No, stop it. Don't tear. No tear. Damn, man, that everything, his memory will be erased. Wow. It's like it never happened.
Surge. Surge! Hey! Surge!
Like nothing ever happened. Hey, Alina. Is that her name? I forgot. Oh, it is Alina.
Are you alright? What's the matter?
I don't know. I just collapsed. Was I drinking?
Don't scare me like that. You just passed out all of a sudden. What? Terra Tower? Fate? What are you talking about? We just got here. You got some Komodo dragon skills for me. Don't you remember?
No, nothing.
You sound confused. Come on, Surge. Get with the program. Our summer's only just started.
Damn, that's it? We're just getting started. Oh, man. Is that it? For real? Was that the true ending? Thus, the curtain closes with another tale. An eternity has passed. Fleeting dreams fade into the distance. All that is left now is me and my memories. Oh, man. Me and my memories. But I'm sure we'll meet again. Someday, you and I. Another place, another time. It's just that we might not realize that you
and you and I, and me. Let us open the door to the great unknown, come across another reality, and live another today. Even when the story has been told, life goes on. Until we meet again, take care of yourself, my friend. Forever yours, Shala Kid Zeal. Oh man. I'm not so mad at Kid anymore, you know? I mean, she wanted me dead, but it's all good. Oh, that was her. And who was that standing there? We're at the credits. Oh man. What an adventure this has been. Wow. Very cool. I wonder if we're gonna see anything else different in the credits. Wait, what? What's this school? What? What's this? Okay, I remember this part for sure. What was the other part? What is going on here? That's Shala, right? She's in school. We're getting some different scenes in the credits. What am I talking about? What is this? For some reason, this looks like it was filmed instead of in-game. Am I making sense? Yeah, this looks like it was filmed. Aw. Hey, there's Shala again. What's going on? I don't know what this all means, but it seems like Shala's just back in her own world, alone. I know we're in Tokyo, but like, why? Because I knew this is filmed. It's not in-game graphics. What's going on? I see. Hey, Shala, turn around. Damn. I will find you, even if I have to search the world over, sometime, somewhere, I'm sure. I mean, to me, it seemed like Princess Shala was at Quadratum or something. I don't know. I'm just saying, just making things up. Anyways, that's Shala. Oh. I'll find you one day. Maybe in Kingdom Hearts? I don't know. I'm throwing it out there. I'm just saying. You never know. Fiend. Oh, man. Oh, we got a little tune. I don't know if there's going to be anything else. If not, we move on. Alright, so this took me a little time to figure out because, well, the launcher on PC is really, really bad. Anyways, we're gonna go through the credits, and we're just gonna have to let the credits run first and foremost in order to see the secret ending. So, let's see what this is about. Credits are almost done. Here we go. Let's see what happens. I don't know what's gonna happen. Are we gonna... A new cutscene. The time was near. The final battle awaited. There, alone in the shadows, the man lingered. His partners, a young man and a young woman, had already made their preparations and were waiting for him at the place they had agreed upon. Okay. What? Who's this man? Huh? Their foe was a fearsome opponent indeed. Would the three of them be able to defeat him? There was only one way to find out.
all the better. What fun is battle, whose outcome is all but certain? Okay, I'm not sure what, huh? The man reached a hand to his mask, silver and embellished, save for a few subtle details. It had been many long years since he last revealed his face. Many years, huh? Okay. Did he wear the mask? Oh, did he wear the mask to hide himself from others? Or did he wear it to hide from himself? Interesting question. Enough time had passed that not even he was sure anymore. But it didn't matter now. The end was coming, an end to everything. Soon, his long days of wandering would be over. So too would be the girl's ill-fated, fleeting existence. Okay. What else you got for me? How many years had passed? Many. How many centuries? A lot. How much love and prayer? How much hatred and rancor? Rancor, right? How much despair and resignation had slowly and silently fallen over him, piling up like snow? What are they talking about? What does this all mean, huh? I want to know more. On that fated day, long, long ago, everything that he was had vanished, faded away into nothingness, without so much as a whimper. There was nothing he could have done to stop it. But one memory stayed with him. One memory. Even after everything else fell away. One unforgettable image. What's this image, huh? I want to know what this image is. I feel like we're being drawn into some that kingdom of winds, forever lost, those blessed days in a paradise above the clouds, and that face, her gentle, bittersweet smile. So I was gonna say earlier, I feel like Square's trying to lead us on to something. Perhaps his time behind the mask was coming to an end. His icy gaze seemed to thaw for a moment, and then he sprang to action. Icy gaze. Who has an icy gaze? I mean, if I look back at Chrono Trigger, Magus maybe? I don't know. The moonlight flashed across the mask's surface. His silvery hair flowed behind him, reaching out like the tail of a comet. It has to be Magus or Magus. Jesus Christ. The names. The time has come, O fated star. The king has returned. And with that, he vanished into the darkness. Though a life may end, a story lives on. Not forever, perhaps, but What's eternity compared to this moment in time? Theme. Alright, everybody, that is going to be it for Chrono Cross, the Radical Dreamers edition. I completed the Radical Dreamers, including the original Chrono Cross. And what an adventure it has been. Really enjoyed my time with it. I'm really happy that I got through Chrono Cross because, like I mentioned before, earlier on when I started this series, I played a little bit of the original Chrono Cross, but I stopped. I forgot what happened, but I stopped. And I'm just so happy that I finished the game finally. So it's been a long time coming, but that secret ending kind of makes me feel like Square is trying to tell us that there might be another Chrono game. Hopefully. I hope it's true, because I would be very excited for that. But anyways, everybody, that is going to be it. So thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe, join, leave a super thanks in the comments below, or just leave a comment. Just leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this game. Let me know what you think about this series. Did you enjoy it or not? Or just let me know in the comments. And I'll see you later in the next video. Peace.